This Use Update is brought to you by...
Everyone's looking for more space.
How many pairs of shoes do you need?
Closet space.
Circle again, I think I see one.
Parking space.
And that is how Pythagoras' theorem works, understand?
Even headspace. But when it comes to data storage, MyCloud from Lime has plenty of room for you. Upgrade to a Lime data plan of 500 megs or more and get 3 gigs of MyCloud data storage free. It's great for storing photos, music, and much more. So don't delete it. Store it on MyCloud from Lime. It's the only space to be.
Upgrade to Lime!
This is the Barbados Today morning update for Monday, February 16, 2015. I'm Carol Williams. Good morning. Parents are threatening to hit the streets if the situation at Parkinson and Paris Memorial Secondary Schools is not resolved soon. The warning was issued by President of the Barbados National Council of Parent Teachers Association, Rhonda Blackman, during an emergency meeting with affected parents on the weekend. Blackman said the situation cannot be allowed to continue, and they will be closely watching to see whether teachers at the 2 schools return to the classrooms today after 4 days of protest. Their return hinges on whether they deem the environment at the schools to be safe and conducive for learning. The teachers are insisting on the removal of weapons confiscated from students at Parkinson. Blackman was quick to add, though, that the protest by parents would be a last resort.
If it means that we have to take all our parents and we got to do a march and we have to chant and we have to do whatever it takes and ask for all of Barbados to come out in support, we will do what we have to do because it cannot go on as usual. Enough is enough.
The representatives for the parents are expected to submit a letter to the Education Ministry today demanding a meeting to discuss the situation. Blackman is adamant that principal at Parkinson, Jeff Brooms, is not the only one to be blamed for the situation there.
So therefore, if you're going to talk about supervision of this school, you cannot only bash the principal. You have to bash the principal and his... I can't hear you. You have to bash the principal and his management team. And you know what is clear in the media out here for us parents? Is that his management team is not supporting him. Huh? His management team is not supporting him. So if you talk about supervision, if you talk about disruptive behavior, if you talk about these knives and I nearly said guns, but I didn't hear about the guns. If you hear about knives and scissors and nails and everything, realistically speaking, teachers are supposed to help with supervision.
On to other news now. 2 brothers and a woman appear in the District D Magistrates Court today, charged in connection with last week's killing of 22-year-old Lamar Carter of Spring Farm, St. Thomas. Carter's body was found in a car near the Mangrove landfill last Tuesday morning. 36-year-old Fidel Aline of number 116 Denton Road, Grisette, St. Michael, and 25-year-old Melissa Carla Griffith of Rochester Way, Grisettes, have been charged for the murder that was committed sometime between February 9th and 10th. Fidel's younger brother, Javed Rayad Aline of Rockley Village Road, Rockley, Christchurch, has been charged with assisting the offenders. He had turned himself over to police after they issued a wanted bulletin for him last Thursday. Still with crime, a police constable has found himself on the wrong side of the law. 37-year-old Jimmy Thorne of Coach Hill, St. John, has been charged with attempting to pervert the course of justice. Police have not given any further details except to say that the charge arose as a result of an investigation into a report made by a member of the public. The head of the country's largest trade union is calling for action against companies that don't pay their national insurance contributions. Addressing the Barbados Workers' Union midterm meeting yesterday, General Secretary Tony Moore said it's time that authorities act against elements in society that seek to utilize any loophole to avoid doing what is right.
There are far too many companies still not making NIS contributions. We often attribute this fact to a growing informal sector, but government can and must be blamed for lack of governance in such instances where it awards contracts with little emphasis and follow-up given to ensuring that labor clauses are in place. that protect workers even where the worker is a subcontracted worker or a third-party worker.
Moore also sounded a warning on the proposal for a 24-hour system of operation.
The BWU will not stand down on discussions surrounding the 24/7 economy and allow the community and gender impact of such transition to be treated as issues of low importance or lower importance than flexibility and economic gains which might be contemplated. We cannot push ahead with a 24/7 agenda and expect that needed infrastructural developments, security, and health and safety issues that they would work out themselves.
In sports, Trinidad and Tobago Red Force is chasing a victory target of 336 against the Barbados Pride in the WICB Professional Cricket League match at Kensington Oval. At the close of play on the third day yesterday, the visitors were 17 without loss. The not-out batsmen were Imran Khan on 12 and Marlon Richards on 1. Earlier in the day, Barbados made 278 for 5 declared, with the middle-order batsman Shea Hope making his maiden first-class century. He made an unbeaten 111. Carlos Brathwaite made 59 and Roston Chase added 46.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
In the region, it's decision day in St. Kitts and Nevis. The incumbent St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, led by Dr. Desiree Douglas, is seeking a 5th consecutive term in office. However, it faces a challenge from the opposition group Team Unity, which is made up of 3 opposition parties: the main opposition People's Action Movement, the People's Labour Party, and the Concerned Citizens Movement. There are 132 polling stations in the Twin Island Federation. Internationally, 2 Canadians have been charged in connection with a plot to carry out a mass shooting in Halifax, Nova Scotia. The men are due to appear in court tomorrow, and a 3rd person has been released without charge. Police say they discovered the plot following a tip-off from Crime Stoppers on Friday, a day before the plan for a shooting spree in the Halifax shopping centre had allegedly been due to take place. Nova Scotia's commanding officer, Brian Brennan, says the pair had intended to kill citizens before taking their own lives.
Information gathered suggested that a 19-year-old Timberley male and a 23-year-old Geneva, Illinois female had access to firearms, and it was their intention to go to a public venue in the Halifax region on February 14th with a goal of opening fire to kill citizens and then themselves. Evidence also suggested that 2 other males, aged 20 and 17, of Halifax and Cole Harbour, respectively, were involved. Their role is still to be determined as part of the investigation.
And that brings us to the end of our Barbados Today morning update. Join us again this afternoon. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV as well as Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Carol Williams. Have a great day.
This news update is brought to you by...
Everyone's looking for more space.
How many pairs of shoes do you need?
Closet space.
Circle again, I think I see one.
Parking space.
And that is how Pythagoras' theorem works. Understand?
Even headspace. But when it comes to data storage, MyCloud from Lime has plenty of room for you. Upgrade to a Lime data plan of 500 megs or more and get 3 gigs of MyCloud data storage free. It's great for storing photos, music, and much more. So don't delete it. Store it on MyCloud from Lime. It's the only space to be.